This is Bill. He wants to go to the moon. Hey Bill. Go to the moon right now.
Okay.